In the meantime, I have reconfigured my layout somewhat by reactivating my bin window, and now I'd like to change back to my original sequence that we have been working with in this project. That was sequence 1. To activate this, I simply click on it with the left mouse button. In doing so, we now see the contents of this first sequence. And I'd like to look at the beginning a little closer. And in order to do this, I'll zoom in a little. And I'll use the method of holding the Shift key plus the right mouse button to draw this zoom window, and upon letting go of the Shift key and the mouse button, the beginning of the sequence is zoomed and shown. I'd like to look at it now in detail. I don't need the sound for the minute, so I will mute it by clicking the loudspeaker symbol. And now I can see which clips are situated at the beginning. Now I might feel that it would be better to replace one of these clips. I'd like to replace the second clip. I don't think the colours match particularly, and so I'll see if I can find a clip that matches up better. If we think back, we can remember that we created a dynamic search function, the clips not in timeline search. If I select this, then it will show me all the clips not in the timeline. And if I look through these results, I can see many clips that are not relevant for this sequence. For example, the motorbike clips. I'd like to solve this problem so that when I perform a search, the results only include clips that, although they don't appear in the timeline, are also still relevant to this timeline. To change the search options, I use the right mouse and choose Change Search Setting. We can see that for the minute, the search settings specify only clips that are not used in the timeline. That is why all of these clips are shown. Now I would like to differentiate between these clips somewhat more. And so I'll look and see if there is a search criteria that is helpful in doing so. I'll click on the search by category, and I can see that there is a possibility to specify folder selection. I'll select this. And now I can specify, for example, that I wish only to search in folders that are selected here, for example, in the DVD import folder. I'll add this using the AND option, and the only clip that fits these criteria is this one, and it clearly doesn't belong in this timeline. And so I'll remove this search criteria. I'll try the same thing with my next folder. As it only contains motorbike clips, it clearly isn't correct. The solution here is to go into our root folder. And as I can see, all my imported video material for this timeline was imported directly into our root folder. And now, if I wish to limit our search to this folder, then I cannot do so using the folder selection, but I have to use a different function, this being the Search Only Current Folder option. And in this case, it will be our root folder. And so, if I select this and go back to my dynamic search, we can see that there are only these two clips shown, which are in the root folder but not used in the timeline.